As of today, June 2026, India is under a silent algorithmic siege that no physical border can stop. We are witnessing synthetically engineered narratives bypassing our traditional firewalls to exploit our internal fault lines in real time. If you think your opinions are your own, you need to see how coordinated digital swarms are weaponizing linguistics to erode our national sovereignty from within. In plain English, we are talking about your family's WhatsApp group. Specifically, how a rogue server from sub zero climate you cannot pronounce has successfully convinced your Uncle Ramesh that a specific brand of organic turmeric is actually a covert foreign bioweapon designed to lower his local housing society election chances. Welcome to Clearly Ambiguous. We used to worry about tanks. In 2026, we worry about commas. Let's dive in. Let's look at the current state of play. The digital blitz of 2026. Gone are the halcyon days of 2024, when fake news was charmingly clumsy. Remember those a poorly photoshopped image of a politician sweeping a railway station, so on and so forth? Beautiful, simple, innocent. My grandmother could spot it from a mile away, and she still forwards it anyway because she likes the lighting. Today, we face cognitive saturation. Right now, Indian social feeds are flooded with hyper localized synthetic deepfakes. These aren't just deepfakes of national leaders, they are specific deepfakes of your specific local reality. AI bot networks have evolved past English and textbook Hindi. They have mastered the exact regional dialects, the precise idioms, and most terrifyingly, the exact tone of voice used by an angry neighbor complaining about a scooter blocking their gate in a tier 2 city. Traditional AI firewalls look for banned keywords, but in 2026, bots don't use bad words. They use passive aggressive regional syntax. They bypass censorship by structuring sentences so beautifully manipulative that the AI firewall just assumes it's a very dramatic aunt writing a poetry blog. The goal isn't to make you believe a lie. The goal is to make you so utterly exhausted by high definition nonsense that when your phone vibrates at 2 a.m., your brain just shuts down and accepts whatever psychological profile the algorithm gave you. If the profile says you get angry at traffic, congratulations. Your feed is now 90% synthetically generated road rage videos featuring cars that do not legally exist. How does this happen logistically? Welcome to the architecture of algorithmic siege. It relies entirely on black box algorithms that operate on one holy commandment: outrage equals engagement. The algorithm doesn't care about national security. It cares that you stay on the app long enough to look at an ad for a direct to consumer mattress. That's it. To do this, it actively amplifies divisive domestic content to create artificial viral surges. But the watch timing, it's a beautiful, terrifying dance. 9 a.m., India announces a state of the art semiconductor plant. 9:02, 40,000 bots in offshore server farm activate. 9:05, a viral rumor trends the new plant's electromagnetic fields are turning local mango sour. 9:30 a.m., mango futures drop 4%, panic in the fruit market. Mango futures, because of a bot named Crypto Rahul underscore 9921, whose profile picture is a cartoon cat. And where are these servers? Hiding behind 12 layers of shell companies routing through smart refrigerators in Eastern Europe. It completely masks the digital footprint of state sponsored narrative engineering. It is geopolitics played at the speed of light. funded by foreign entities and executed by code that costs less than a fancy filter coffee in South Mumbai. Now, let's look at the real weapon, the dictionary. Every society has fault lines: historical, socio-economic, linguistic, or whether thin crust pizza is crime against humanity. The modern information warrior doesn't invent problems. Inventions take work. Instead, they just find your existing anxieties and gently insert a linguistic wedge. They use specific semantic triggers designed to bypass your brain's logical filters. When you are scrolling at 11:30 p.m. with your screen brightness at maximum, your brain is operating on pure, unadulterated cortisol. You are vulnerable, and the bots know it. Behold the blueprint of a synthetic grassroots movement. Step 1: find a genuine, tiny local anxiety. Example: will AI take my graphic design job? Step 2: inject 50,000 automated accounts amplifying the absolute worst. Yes, it will, and the AI also thinks your font choices are ugly. Step 3: manufacture a grassroots protest movement that exists 99% on the internet but causes real world civil discourse to spiral into a radicalized digital cage match. Suddenly, a conversation about economic adaptation becomes an existential battle for cultural survival. You aren't arguing about policies anymore. You are defending your entire ancestral lineage against a profile picture of an anime character named Sasuke's left knee. Why do they do this? Because physical borders are expensive to attack. Tanks require fuel, soldiers require food. Why buy missiles when you can just systematically destroy internal institutional trust for the price of a monthly software subscription? The blueprint of 2026 sovereignty erosion is simple: paralysis through hysteria. If a government is busy managing 3 manufactured public panics a week, it doesn't have the cognitive bandwidth to make long-term strategic decisions. Let's look at a real-time 2026 case study. Indian market volatility. Earlier this year, a coordinated network of deepfake financial analysts emerged across multiple platforms simultaneously. They didn't predict a stock market crash. That's amateur. Instead, they used incredibly complex financial jargon mixed with a very subtle AI-generated micro-expressions of sweat and panic to imply that a major regulatory body was covertly restructuring. It was total fabricated nonsense. But human traders saw the algorithmic surge, they panicked, they sold for exactly 40 minutes and wiped out billions in the market value before a human PR representative would ever finish typing a denial on their laptop. By the time the truth put its shoes on, the narrative had already shorted the stock and made a killing and bought a virtual villa in the metaverse. So, how do we survive this? How do we build cognitive shield for the human brain in 2026? First, we have to recognize the uncanny valley of geopolitical propaganda. If an internet post makes you feel instantly, blindingly furious within 2 seconds of reading it, it wasn't written for you. It was calibrated against you. Your anger is a product. And right now, you are providing the data analytics for free. Stop working for the bots without a paycheck. Second, we need to stop relying on centralized tech monopolies to tell us what is real. We need decentralized verification networks. And by that, I mean human-centric local communities that look at headlines and say, hey, does this sound like total garbage, before hitting the share button. Finally, we need to reclaim the narrative. India's incredible diversity shouldn't be an automated playground for foreign server farms to exploit. It turns out the most patriotic thing you can do in 2026 is to close the app. put down the phone and go talk to an actual human being. Even if that human being is Uncle Ramesh. Trust me, his mangoes are perfectly fine. So, stay skeptical, stay sane, and remember, if the content is free, your peace of mind is the price. See you next time. Thank you for watching.